Hi everyone, I'm Loida. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're completely new and this is the first video that you're watching. I am a real estate agent in Southern California with Team BC at eXp Realty, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 4 keys to success, especially if you're a brand new agent. So let's get started. So if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're brand new. Maybe you're currently in the process of getting your real estate license, or maybe you have been in the business for 1 or 2 years and you still feel like you're stuck and completely lost. Now, before I begin the video, I do want to announce that I will be starting my next new agent boot camp. It's going to be a 5-day intensive training, and it's going to be from July 12th through July 16th. Registration right now, as of the time of this recording, is officially open, so you can just head on over to my website, loidavelasquez.com/new agent. Make sure to sign up. It's a lot of great, valuable information, and a lot of the things that I'm going to be covering in this video, I'm going to be going in depth in those 5 days of a whole bunch of intensive training. So make sure to sign up. The link will be in the description box below. So the first thing that you need to know if you're completely new is that you have to work on your communication. A lot of agents think that becoming a real estate agent is easy, just like picking up the phone, or someone's going to call you and tell you that they want to buy or sell a house, when in reality it takes a lot more than that. Pretty much half the battle will be you and your communication. If you don't know how to speak to a client, whether it's a buyer, a seller, someone that's young, someone that's older, someone that is a driver, an introvert, I mean, it's going to be very difficult for you to see success in converting some of your leads. So there are 4 different types of personalities that perhaps you may or may not know about that are going to be crucial for you to understand, especially if you want to have success in being a real estate agent. So we have the analytical individuals. So these are people that analyze pretty much everything. They are very numbers driven, and they sometimes take a little longer than usual to make a decision just because they want to review everything. They might want to check with your lawyer, things like that. So we have the analytical people. We also have those that are drivers. These are people that are ready to get straight to the point. If you call them, you need to be able to match them in the tone of their voice, and also be able to kind of just get to the point immediately. So those are the drivers. We also have the expressives. These are individuals that like to talk a lot. They'll kind of ramble on, and you kind of have to let them know, you know what, I gotta get going. Otherwise, they're just going to talk your ear off. So those are the expressives. And then we have the amiables. So these are individuals that perhaps it might be a little bit difficult for them to turn you away because they're nice, but they don't want to make you upset, and they don't like confrontation. So again, these are the amiable. So just knowing those 4 different personalities is going to help you become a better real estate agent. Because I can tell you from experience, we deal with so many different people that have so many different personalities that you may be on the phone call with an expressive and the next one's going to be a driver, and you need to be able to kind of switch your personality to whoever it is that you're talking to. So that's the first key to your success, communication. Along with that, there's a few other things that I'm actually going to be covering in my intensive training. So you definitely want to make sure to join that if you really want the full scope of what communication entails in this business. Second thing, you need to make sure that you have your business set up. Now, when we get into real estate, I don't know about you, but I knew that when I got into this business, I was going to be a business owner. I was pretty much going to be working for myself. If I didn't put in the work, I wouldn't be getting paid. But a thing that a lot of newer agents fail to realize is that when you become an agent, you're pretty much on your own. If you're not a part of a team, or if you don't have the right guide and support, you're going to be pretty much lost. So you really have to see this as a business. You are the CEO. You're not a follower, you are the leader. And once you start putting things into that perspective, it makes you be more organized and realize that there's a lot more involved to just making calls and prospecting. Setting up your business pretty much means setting up from all of your systems to your schedule to your goals and a lot more. So that is the second key to your success. Setting up a business where you are intentional in everything that you do And in turn, you will be disciplined and committed to make sure that you hit your numbers and do what you're supposed to be doing. The third key to your success will be knowing how to successfully work with buyers and sellers. Working with buyers and working with sellers is completely different. There's a lot of things that are the same, but there's a lot of things that are also different in the sense that in negotiations, obviously, whoever it is that you're working with, your fiduciary duty will be to that party. What I have noticed from my experience with working both sides is that at the end of the day, you will have a lot of clients that get very emotional because for many of them, this is the first real estate transaction that they are doing, whether it's a purchase or a sale. So you need to be able to help them in whatever the situation is, and also be able to take your emotions out of the situation. It can be very stressful. It can be an emotional roller coaster. And not just that, but working with buyers and sellers, they are going to expect for you to know everything. Now, if you're completely new, this might sound very overwhelming because you may not know all the laws or all the paperwork. And when that is the case, just know that you do have your broker that hopefully is there available to you for any questions regarding what forms need to be filled out. And along with that, if you're new, I would definitely recommend for you to get a transaction coordinator to help you with all of your paperwork. Even if you're new and you're thinking, oh, well, I want to do all the paperwork myself because I need to learn anyway. At the end of the day, there is just so much paperwork involved that a transaction coordinator, their job is really just to make sure that every single document that needs to be completed and signed is done so by the appropriate party. They make sure to communicate with escrow, with the other party and the other agent. And at the end of the day, it's almost like an insurance to make sure that you have all of your paperwork done correctly. And the fourth key to your success will be marketing yourself, and especially using social media. You're watching me. Obviously, I have been doing YouTube videos for almost 6 years now. It feels like back when I started in 2015, I started to put out videos because I figured eventually video is going to be the way to go. So if you are new, or maybe you have been in business for quite some time and you still haven't done any YouTube videos, just know that video is really going to make you stand out. Whether it's YouTube, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, you just have to be able to pick up the camera, whether it's an actual camera or just your cell phone, and start creating content. Start creating content that can either help maybe other agents or consumers, whether it's buyers or sellers. Along with that, make sure that people can actually find you. A lot of the times, a potential client or maybe a buyer or seller that's thinking about hiring you is probably going to go on Facebook, on Instagram, or on Google and look up your name just to see if they can find anything. So you want to make sure that you're always putting out content and that people know that you are a real estate agent. So that's it for this video. All of these keys that I talked about are things that I go fully in depth in my 5-day training program, which again starts July 12th through the 16th. Some of the feedback that I get from past agents is that they have learned more in those 5 days than in the last 2 years at their previous brokerage. And everything that I teach you guys is based on my experience and what has worked for me. So with that being said, the link will be in the description box below in case you do want to join. And thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.